You can tell us where you are from shortly, so we can see Ukraine. Nice. Close to us. Argentina. Oh my God.
Russia,
Serbia,
Serbia.
Morocco.
Close to home, Andrea from Romania, Bulgaria,
Colombia. Wow. Far away. India.
Nigeria,
Okay.
Mauritius.
Tunisia. South
Amazing.
Africa. It's all over the world. You're from everywhere.
So
Zimbabwe. Wow.
it's amazing. Now
Yeah.
you're getting a taste of how culturally diverse cabin crew population is, because once you get the job, and you will, this is exactly what you're going to experience. You're going to get to meet crew from different cultures and nationalities every single day. Yeah, global, exactly,
Yeah.
Anna. All right, good. So how this is going to work, guys, for those of you that are attending the first time, it's really quite easy. Sam put the instructions on the screen, so you can see it. If you want to go online live with us, some of you have already pressed for ask a question, press to ask a question. So you just press the ask a question icon with the hand, and we give you the connection. Once you're live with us, it's going to take a few seconds to really come online. We're going to speak to you, and once the conversation is over, then we're going to take it away and pass it on to the next person. If you want to type your messages, if you feel like your turn is not coming, although we're trying to take people as they've asked for priority to ask a question. But if you feel we're not getting to you and you're getting excited to get an answer to your question, you can type it, and Sam is going to pass it on to you. He's keeping track of your typed messages and questions. So we make sure we really answer everybody's question, and you leave this Hangout with much more information than you had. Hi, Sonali. We're happy to have you again. Are you at work again? South Africa. Okay, people from around the world. So what we're going to do, we're going to take Sandra, because she was the one to ask to take a question first. Okay, Sandra from the Philippines is connecting, and while we're waiting for this, guys, those of you that don't know us, Cabin Crew Excellence is basically a platform dedicated to supporting you through whatever goals you might have. Whether you want to get a cabin crew job, which is the case for all of you today, when you become a cabin crew and you want to progress in your career and you want to become a lead cabin crew, or you want to become a VIP cabin crew, then we're there to support that transition as well. And we're basically trying to not only teach you how to get a job, but how to be an excellent cabin crew and how to really have fun and make the most of this profession, because it's not easy, we have to be honest. It's very challenging, it's very tough at times, and we're here to give it all to you so you can understand exactly what you're getting yourself into, but to tell you also and to motivate and inspire you to hopefully hold on to the profession for as long as possible so you can enjoy all the benefits it has to offer in the long term. Now, we have a lot of students with us today, Cabin Crew Excellence students, Platinum Package students, which makes us really happy. Those of you that became members, welcome to the community. We're really happy to have you. The community is growing every day, and we're very excited to see more and more of our students pass their interview. So really take advantage of the resources available and really prepare for the interview. I think we were reading a bit through the lines, and one of you, I believe, Chami, I'm not sure, or Shaima. She was saying she passed and how very heartbreaking and disappointing it is. And we understand that feeling because we see it. We attend a lot of open days and assessment days just to get a pulse of the event, as most of you know, and we give you reviews all the time. And we know how disappointing it is to fail because we see it time and time again. So try to take advantage. Preparation is always better than waiting for 6 months to get your chance again. And if you're ready to invest in your time and in your opportunities, then this is the time and this is the place to do it, because we really just give you the most complete interview preparation guide out there. We really leave no stone unturned, and our students, I believe, can vouch for that. We update the resources all the time, and we give everybody the most current recruitment practices. Good. Okay, we tried to take Sandra's question.
I think she refused the question.
I'm fine. Having lunch. I just finished.
Okay, so what time it's at your place?
In Argentina. Here
Argentina.
It's 1 p.m.
1 p.m.
Oh,
Okay, cool.
Yes. Well, I just made a question about whether we have to be like leadership or submissive skills, But then I came up with another question, and I went for an interview with Emirates, and I passed the first group activity, but the second I didn't. But I guess that is because I have a tattoo. It is not visible, but I declare it anyway. It's like on the lower part of my neck. But the girl who was taking notes, she apparently didn't like it, and I was thinking if I should declare it or not next time. I don't mean lying, but you cannot see it even though if I'm wearing a T-shirt. And I wasn't sure about what attitude to take as regards this.
Yeah, it's not about lying. A lot of candidates are worried about this. We don't want you to be liars, of course. It's not nice to lie, and especially for a recruiter, it's discrediting. So we don't want you to lie. But the requirement for Emirates, for example, or Etihad, is you shouldn't have a tattoo that's visible in uniform. It's not visible in uniform. So do I have any tattoo? No, I don't have any tattoo that's visible in uniform, you see. And it's true that the minute you declare a tattoo, and especially if she's written on the form, probably lower side of the neck, or you never know what notes she made, the people that are making the final decision at the home base of the airline in Dubai, and they don't get the chance to see you, it's just easy to say, she has a tattoo, just discard the application. Okay, so if it's not visible in uniform, I wouldn't declare it, and especially for Emirates and Etihad, when they're not particular. It's not like Qatar Airways, who says strictly no tattoo, even if it's hidden. Emirates and Etihad, without any problem, and if it's visible, because the shirt of the uniform is a bit transparent, a bit see-through, and if you feel it shows while you're in your uniform, you can just wear a skin color undergarment, like a sleeveless high undergarment, so it doesn't show.
Right, excellent. Can I make one more question?
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, one thing that worries me and worries many of the friends that went to this interview is that the fact that when you're going to live in Dubai, for example, or any of those countries like Qatar or similar, we worry because here in Argentina, women, for example, are very free in what comes to, for example, clothes. I mean this in the time you have outside, not a worker, right? The culture is extremely different, so I'm kind of find it difficult to grasp. Let's say, how would it be to live there? You know, if we have to be kind of submissive again as a woman, or does life change a lot? Do you know what I mean?
Life definitely changes. It does change a lot because you are moving to. I mean, I still remember when we moved, when we got to Qatar, as if you took a newborn baby that's 24 or whatever age, a newborn baby that's in the body of an adult, and you just threw him in the desert, and we had no idea what's happening. So the changes will be there. It changes. Culture, it's very different, and it's important to be respectful and considerate of it, but it's not as you read on the internet in most blogs. Abimbola will be with you in a second. So it's not as you see on the internet or you hear on the internet. It's true that it's very different, the culture, as in if you have a boyfriend, you can't kiss on the street, you can't be wearing a mini skirt, although if you're at the beach, it's fine. Nobody's gonna, frown upon you for wearing shorts. So in the areas where you can wear more revealing clothes, like at the beach or I don't know, basically at the beach in the area, nobody's going to say anything. You would wear what you would wear in Argentina, anywhere else in the world. When you go to a mall or when you're in places where the locals hang out more and their kids, because they're very concerned with their families, basically the wife and kids. Because the problem is not the men. Men don't mind. If you wear a deeper cleavage or no, they don't mind. It's the women that mind and create trouble. But nobody's going to ever give you a problem. And to be honest, you don't even need to wear revealing clothes because it's always super hot. Nobody hangs out outside because it's that hot. And
in the malls, it's very, very cold. So you have to cover yourself all the time in order to, because otherwise you'll be freezing. But to summarize, it's different. It's another culture. It's another life, to be honest, and you will have to discover by yourself, and you have to deal with it by yourself, because every person is different in experiencing this change, let's say.
Sure.
But then you don't have to be afraid. It's not something we managed. We managed. Monica was, I mean, both of us, we were in Middle East for, let's say, 7 years, even more, 8 years with Bahrain. No, even more, 10 years more.
Yeah.
So it's not a big deal once you get used to it. It's there. It's easy. It's an easier life, to be honest, from many points of view and many aspects. And when you will reach there, you realize.
I think we should make an article about lifestyle overall in the region.
Good.
Yeah.
Because you know what? Just a piece of advice, right? We read a lot of information on the internet about people who write, and opinions are manifold. And sometimes you get positive, but sometimes you get negative opinions in what comes to living in Middle East as a woman. So that's maybe an interesting topic for you to discuss for ahead.
That's true. We will. We'll look into that. But to be honest, Barbara, it's not bad at all. You just gotta be considerate of their culture. You get to know the specifics and kind of what is insulting. There are a few things that you shouldn't open topics about. You know, like nobody discusses religion, politics, and sex. There are 3 taboo subjects. Don't touch them. Even if somebody starts talking to you about these, oh, okay, hello. I love dogs. I just Simona is a cat person, but I love dogs. I just melt when I see dogs. Okay. Hello.
Thank you very much for the information.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Barbara.
So don't worry about it. It's nothing to worry about. It's a learning experience, even moving to the Middle East. And Dubai and Abu Dhabi, they're a lot of fun. A lot of opportunities to spend your time off. It's cheap. Everything is easy. We're going to write an article about this in the coming days. But nothing to worry about, to be honest. There's social life. There's nightlife. There's everything you would have in your country, only in a hot climate and with a little bit more restrictions in terms of culture.
Okay. Good. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Bye, Barbara.
See you. All right. I'm trying to locate it.
Let me go up.
No,
It's on Skype?
No, it's not on Skype.
I'll put it to you.
Okay. I'm not sure why. We actually had a coaching session with somebody in the region today on Bimbola, and I think the connection is quite weak, but we'll get your question while you're with us. I love your hair, by the way. Absolutely, I love it. I don't know how to get that kind of curliness, but if I would know, I would
that
get
volume.
Okay, applied for the cabin crew job with Qatar 2 days ago, but I haven't received any invitation, so I wanted to ask if I should go for their open day. Yes, absolutely.
Yes, definitely, yes.
Go for it. You don't need an invitation for the open day, so go for it. It's good that you haven't received any reply, but even if it was a negative reply, you should still go. The open day is an opportunity for everybody to go. So go and make the most of it. Okay, yeah, so go and make the most of it. Make sure you prepare for the interview. We're happy to obviously coach you through it all. Is it your first interview? First interview? No. Third. Okay. Third. We're guessing. I'm not. Can everybody see Abimbola, or is it just us, Sam? Okay. So everybody can see you. Okay. So body language, how important it is, guys. Okay. So definitely go for it. Prepare for the interview, Abimbola. If you're not a student with us, we definitely encourage you to join and make sure to cover all the resources. And we unfortunately won't have another hangout until Saturday or Friday, sorry. But if you do have any other questions, you can email us. We're reachable. Everybody who's been in contact with us so far actually knows that every email that we receive gets a response back, and as fast as we can. Sometimes instantly, sometimes it takes us a few hours, sometimes it takes us maximum 1 day to get back to our students. So definitely prepare for it and go for it. Okay?
Okay.
If you have any other questions, text it in. Did we miss any question from Abimbola? Your hair is okay because it's natural, but just put it in a ponytail. Yeah, and keep it off your face.
Keep it off your face, yes, and cut it a ponytail in the back, yes. Perfect.
Yeah, that's fine. Because even during the flight, it's going to be the same. You're beautiful. Oh, I love it. Yeah, your hair is fine. Just keep it really neat and tidy, and make sure it's not on your face. So keep it all tied up. Good. Any other questions?
Okay, thank you very much, Abimbola.
If you have any other questions, get back to us. We'll take you back on video, and or you can text us the questions. Okay? She talks a lot and not letting other talk. Okay. During the group discussion, it's true you have to be balanced. If you had somebody that spoke a lot, maybe she spoke a lot in comparison to everybody else that was quiet, it's definitely not good to take charge and always be the one that's talking, because if you're imposing yourself like that, then you could be understood as bossy or as it's not bad to be a leader. I think what they're afraid of, not afraid, but what recruiters are trying to avoid is bossy people, people that tell everybody else around. It's a huge problem in the cabin crew population, in any airline, bossy cabin crew, especially new cabin crew that are bossy. That's the worst. So try not to be too much heard. It shouldn't be only you. You should be there. You should make your suggestions and bring your contribution to the exercise, but it shouldn't be only you. And it's the same for everybody else. Now, it does happen there are exceptions, as with everything else. We say that all the time. It happens there are exceptions in grooming of the candidates that are accepted. It happens that there are exceptions in the way they deal with the exercise. But maybe the person that spoke too much in the group game, maybe that wasn't a good thing about her performance, but maybe she's done everything else perfectly. So you see, it's all coming together and they decide based on the overall performance. So don't look at just that. You got to look at the overall performance, because if she did that well, but everything else bad and she got rejected, you would think, well, what's the problem now? She was very balanced. She did everything right, but maybe she's done very wrong, or she performed poorly in other stages of the interview. Adina.
Adina.
Una, hi.
Hi. Okay.
So, I will go to my interview for Emirates on 17 in Rome, because I was looking for my passport, and I was asking, what should I expect for the test in the assessment day?
I'm sorry, Adina. So you were in the interview. Okay. We're going to try to take your question from the text because the connection is a bit weak. So you're saying, hello and thank you very much for everything you're doing. I'll have my open day on 17th of October for Emirates in Rome. I'm from Romania. I have my documents translated in English and waiting for my passport. My question is, what should I expect at the psychometric test? The psychometric test is not done during the interview. It's done after you've completed your assessment day. Okay, so the psychometric test is done at the end. What you need to remember for the psychometric test is be honest. Okay, the first thing that comes to your mind, that's what you're going to take. What they do, the recruiters will ask you, it's done online. So you're going to be given the platform where to sign in and do the psychometric testing online. It's a multiple choice question. Again, it's available in our platinum package, and we give the screenshots of the tests so you can see what it looks like with all the indications and everything that the recruiters are expecting to see. So the key is be honest. The first thing that comes to your mind, answer it, because you're going to be at the end of the day, after your assessment or even after your final interview, you're going to be tired out of your mind. There is no point to try to think about it. They're doing it on purpose. They're picking that time specifically because you're going to be exhausted. You're going to be stressed. All you want is to just close your eyes and forget about everything until you get the golden call. So there's no point trying to lie, because then you're going to be contradicting yourself. It's basically a series of questions that have followed the same purpose to understand your personality, and they're going to keep switching the context of the question. But they're basically asking you the same thing, like, Adina, do you like to be the center of attention? And you say no. And then you say, are you sociable and very friendly and very outgoing? And then you say, no. You see, so you're kind of contradicting yourself. You don't want to be, or you say yes to being sociable and very outgoing, but for the previous question, you said you don't want to be the center of attention. So in two different questions that actually are asking you the same thing, if you're not honest, you're going to be tempted to try to think, what are they asking me this for? What would they want to see from me? Try not to overthinking and just be honest, because that's the point of the psychometric testing.
Okay, Adina, do you have any other questions?
No, that would be it. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right.
So you're traveling to Rome, or do you live in Rome?
I'm traveling to Rome.
You're traveling to Rome. Okay, well, have a good trip. We hope you're gonna have a successful one. Make sure you do prepare for it.
And keep us posted. Let us know how it all went.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Answering this question, and then we'll be back to you. Basically, how many days of vacation does a flight attendant has? Basically, it's 1 month that you can split in two. So it's less than 45 days. It's a good payment for it. I mean, for the whole flight attendant job, as you don't have to pay any taxes, and a lot of your expenses are taken care from the company. We are talking here about the companies in Middle East. So if you have more specific questions, please come back to us.
Hi, Lizzie.
Hi, Lizzie.
Hi, Monica. Hi, Simona. How are you? It's a pleasure to meet you, finally.
You too.
Well, I have two questions for you guys. The first thing is, how would you answer a question if you are unemployed and you haven't had an employment, let's say, for about a year? How would you answer if a recruiter asks you, why do you have this gap between your jobs? Why are you working right now? And at this moment, I can't justify with studies or anything. So how would you answer in a positive way without making it sound too weird to the interviewer?
Okay, what's the real reason why you have a gap in your CV?
Well, actually, it's because my husband works as a diplomatic official here in El Salvador. I'm not from El Salvador, I'm from Peru. And, well, I'm just not allowed to work while I'm here because it's an official trip. So I'm just not allowed to work. And I don't want it to make it sound like I'm too, I don't know how to say it. Like I'm too selfish or I don't want to work or something.
No, but I will say the honest reason, because in this case it's not you being selfish, but you cannot work because it's not allowed for you to work. So.
But can I suggest something, Lizzie? What do you do in this time? Are you taking any sort of, do you do anything? Do you occupy your time in any way?
Well, not really, because actually El Salvador is what has the highest rate on sites. We've been assigned here, so we have to stay home because we're not allowed to get out to the streets. We can't go to the mall. We can't do absolutely anything because it's too dangerous because of the gangs and that kind of stuff.
But in this case, I mean, okay, 1 year it's a long period of time, but if you really want to pursue this let's say this job, you could actually say you have been preparing for the interview, or you were researching for the company that you want to apply for. You're looking to see how you can improve yourself in order to be to perform the best at the interview. You can find positive out of it.
I think if I were your recruiter, I would pick on you a whole lot, Lizzie, and I'll give you a few questions that I'm very curious what's the answer to. Why are you in El Salvador? I understand your husband is working there. First of all, why do you want to leave and be away from your husband? That's going to be difficult.
Yeah.
How are you going to manage that?
Well, I think I would say that my husband is going to join me there after our mission is completed here. So I really want this job and I really want to make it work. So I will make my very best to make it work.
So you're basically planning to relocate to the Middle East with your husband?
Exactly. That would be the idea.
Okay, then that's your answer. I would definitely not come with an excuse that's unreasonable. I would say the truth. I would say this is the situation. My husband is a diplomat, and I've decided to support him through this. When is his mission ending?
Well, it's ending next year on August 30th.
So what if you get accepted before that? Are you going to leave?
I will travel by myself, and then as he gets off this mission, he will join me there.
Okay, I see. So what I would say is the situation is you've been pursuing a cabin crew job and you've recently started applying in the Middle East, or for whatever airline you're applying for, just say, I just recently started applying for Emirates or for Etihad. And this is the situation. Unfortunately, I can't work at the moment, but that's another reason why I'm very eager to basically they have to understand that you're not happy with not being independent and being tied up to not having an income and so on. So just say, I've been pursuing this job. Unfortunately, I can't take any sort of work to improve my experience here because of these reasons. But we are planning to relocate to the Middle East anyway, and it just goes perfectly with my dream to join Emirates or Etihad.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. One more
You're
question,
welcome.
please. Well, actually, I was wondering because, well, since I am a Peruvian citizen, I can go either to Argentina or to Los Angeles. What would be better? Because in Los Angeles, it's an invitation-only thing, and in Argentina, it's an open day. What do you think would be best? Because is nationality really important to get this job?
You can go abroad definitely, and they won't question you. I mean, you could find a picky or like a bit of a sour recruiter. It did happen once, I think, with one of the girls, actually a Romanian girl that went to an interview in another city, and she was told by the recruiter, well, she was asked why did she go there, because if they wanted to recruit Romanians, they would come to Romania. But that's just the recruiter being a bit not in the best mood of all. It's not a problem to go and apply to another country if you're not a resident or even a national of that country, so that's not an issue. We would definitely encourage for the open day, but also go for the, I mean, which one is first, the open day or the assessment day?
Well, they're actually really close. One is on 27 and the other one is on 26, so it's really no difference.
Because if the open day in Argentina, right?
Right.
If the open day is first and it's a possibility to go to both, I would definitely go to the open day. And then I would go to the assessment day as well while you're waiting for, you're going to figure out how you did in the interview. If you make it all the way to the final interview, then there's no way to go to the assessment day. There's no reason. But if you go to the open day and for some reason you're not passing it there, then it's definitely worth going to the assessment day, even if you don't have an invitation, I would dare to say, because lately we've seen that it's a practice. If you guys have seen our reviews of the last Qatar Airways and the Emirates Airlines open days, well, they were announced as invitation only, and they ended up being open days, and they took actually candidates without invitations as well. So it's always worth a try if it doesn't cost you a whole lot, or it's not a huge effort for you to travel. But definitely go to the open day. At least there you get a chance to stand in front of the recruiters and make an impression, and definitely prepare for it, of course. Make your CV. If you're a member on the website, you have the CV template in your account, and you see how the picture should look like, and definitely prepare for it.
Perfect. Okay. I'm so sorry. Can I ask one last question, please? Well, this one is less important, but I think it's worth asking. It's about aesthetics. Actually, I'm kind of worried and kind of shy about my.
Oh, hello.
Because it's not even. It's not like perfect. And also, I have some moles in my face. And I think I can conceal them and make it look more, even and everything. But about my smile and everything, is that something that really matters when it comes to?
Okay, Lizzie, your connection got really scrambled a little bit, and everything kind of broke up. Can you hear us well?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly.
Okay, so let me summarize that and see if we got it well, because I was trying to pick up what you were saying in between the breakups. Your teeth are not perfectly aligned and you have a few moles on your face, is that correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Your teeth don't have to be all Hollywood smile and all that. As long as they look healthy, then you're fine. You shouldn't have missing teeth, of course, you shouldn't have gaps and all that, but they should look healthy. And something that we've said again, time and time again, we both had a situation with our teeth when we got recruited. Simona got recruited without her front tooth because she just then removed it, and she had to send a picture of the new tooth once she had it implanted, and only then they agreed to process her application. And I actually got accepted with my teeth completely misaligned. I had a mess in my mouth. It was so bad, and I always say this, for those of you that heard it before, I apologize. But my teeth were so misaligned that when I would smile from a distance, I looked like I'm missing a front tooth. They were so misaligned. Yeah, but I started wearing braces long after I left Qatar Airways, so it wasn't a problem. As long as your teeth look healthy, you're fine. With the moles on your face, we can't see it right now because it's not the best quality of image. But if they're not a lot and they're not huge and they can be discreetly covered with the makeup, then you should be fine. But it's difficult to say right now because I can't really see anything.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it.
Take care, Lizzie.
Okay.
Fatma, is she waiting for, can you?
Where are you? Hi, Missy.
Yep. Hi, I'm in Las Vegas. It's 10:30 in the morning here.
We're absolutely dying with jealousy right now.
Okay, Missy. What's your question?
Thank you for taking my question. I have a few, and I'll try to make them quickly. So my very first one, I have two outfits for the interview. The first one is a gray suit, which I think is fine. I'm really tall, so I'm going to
just
hem
stop
the
you
skirt
for
below my knees.
Okay, which interview are you going? Which company are you going for the interview?
Oh, so it's Emirates, and it'll be in San Diego next Saturday.
Okay.
And then, but I got a dress for the second day, and I was wondering, is it okay if it's sleeveless?
It is, provided you wear a jacket.
A jacket on top.
So, okay, so definitely wear a jacket for it. Okay. Yeah. That was the first one. The second one, so I haven't submitted my CV and my pictures yet. I'm waiting to get my pictures back from a service in London. I was wondering if I give my pictures and CV to you, how quickly they come back, and if I put it in by this Saturday, is that enough time to get an invitation to the following Saturday?
How it works, Missy, is when you get your CV and photo service, let us know when do you need it, because it usually takes 3 days, to be honest, because we have a lot of requests and we're trying to do everything promptly. But if you need it fast, just tell us what interview you're preparing for and when do you need it, and we ask our colleagues to give it priority in editing, and we get it with you. Usually when we have such requests for, you know, quite a kind of an emergency editing, we try to get it back with you within 24 hours.
Oh, wow. Okay, great.
We do our best, yeah. But you have to tell us in advance that, I mean, as soon as you book your service and you email us your CV and photos, tell us that you need it as soon as possible, and then we prioritize it and we make sure to have it with you in around 24 hours.
Thank you. And then is it okay? So it's an invitation only on Saturday the 26th. So that's next Saturday. If I put in the application by this Saturday, is that enough time to get an invitation back? I read that somewhere that it's 1 week.
It varies. Sometimes it takes 2 days. Sometimes it takes, if they open the applications early for a location, it can take even 3 weeks. When they came last to Romania, it took like 2 weeks for everybody to get their invitation. So it varies, but it's usually around 2 days and more. So 2 days and up. If you apply and you get no reply, still go to the interview.
Even though it's an invitation only?
Even though it's an invitation only, if it doesn't cost you anything, or if it's not a huge effort for you to still go, even without an invitation, we encourage candidates to go, because we've seen it particularly with Emirates less than a month ago. They came to Romania after a long time, And we attended as well just to get a pulse of the event. And you can see the review of the day on our YouTube channel. And what happened is it was an invitation only. About 100 or 150 got an invitation. 400 people showed up. And the recruiters flipped it and they decided to turn it from an invitation only to an open day, and they gave everybody a fair chance.
So you never know what can happen there. So yeah, we definitely tell you to go ahead.
And to be honest, a lot of the people that showed up without an invitation actually made it to the end of the interview. So definitely prepare for it. Of course, you're going to have your CV done, so that's covered. Prepare for the interview to make sure that you make the most of your opportunity, especially if it's the first time you're going. And
yeah, okay. Ideally, it will be to have an invitation. However, in the case that you don't have it, why not try your chances? I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, wonderful. I think I have one more quick question. It was for my friend who wanted to apply. I told her I would ask for her. So she applied for Air France, was denied, and she was wondering, so she can see perfectly out of one eye and only mostly out of the other. She can see colors and shapes, but she can't read with that eye. Is that should she try to apply, or is it not possible?
I mean, it's always worth a try. Okay, it's always worth a try. She can take an eye test first. In terms of diopters, when you're wearing glasses,
you said she cannot see at all colors and.
No, she can. She can see colors and shapes, and she's allowed to drive, but she can't read.
She
like,
cannot
it has to be
read.
really close. Just out of the one eye, but she can read fine.
Right. Can you tell like, is there any change in her appearance?
No, you can't tell at all. If she tells you and you look right at her eye, no, it doesn't go to the side at all. She looks straight ahead. Like both her eyes match because she can't see out of it.
For the medical, they will check. So
the thing is, she's going to go through a medical testing, you know, and if the doctor picks it up and writes that she's not fit for the profession, even if she's passed the interview, she will probably get rejected at that time. So what she can do, just a suggestion, she can go and see an aviation doctor. Okay, there are specifically authorized aviation doctors. Go see an aviation doctor, take an appointment, and explain the situation and ask, because that's a qualified advice and it's the best you can get. Because when they do the pre-employment medical test, they do it with medical aviation doctors.
So he will be the one, the only one who can tell her exactly if she can go for the job or not. We can give advices, but we don't know exactly how bad is the situation with her eyes, so we cannot exactly tell you.
No, that's great advice. I've never heard of that, so I'll tell her that. And then final question is a quick one. If so when I'm handing in the CV and the photos when I'm there, should they be like in a folder or stapled or paper clipped? Like, does it matter? I figure like presentation probably matters.
I think it does matter. I think it's always good to have them as easily available for them as possible, because the recruiter will look through them right there. If they would take them and keep them, stack them and check them later, it would be good to be in like a plastic slip. But because they're going to look at them right there, I would keep them on top of the sleeve, the plastic sleeve, and just hand it to her open already outside of the plastic sleeve with the pictures on top of the CV, and just hand it out like that, so it's easy for the recruiter to scan through it. Otherwise, she has to take it out of the slip, and you never know how, which side of the bed she woke up that morning, and that could annoy her. And I have 200 candidates for everybody, and you tend to touch sensitivities there. So I'll definitely take it out and hand it out like that, nicely displayed, and put it on the table for her to go through it.
Got it. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
You're most welcome.
Missy, one question. Did you check our resources on our website?
I didn't hear part of it. What on the website?
Did you check our resources? Did you check our resources on our website?
Yes, and I saw that I could submit the CV and the photos, and it's like $50 or something like that. And I just wanted to talk to you first to make sure I had enough time to get it back. So I'll submit it after we finish here.
Okay, we also have the platinum package if you are interested to find out more information about all the airlines in the Middle East with really a lot of details about all of them. And
well, we really encourage everybody to go through the preparation with the our platinum package because it covers all the bases of your interview. So if you really want to know how to deal with every interview stage, then definitely check it out, and you'll see exactly what's included in it. And we have a lot of our students in the Hangout today, and we are hoping to hear from them. We should take some of their questions. Because they can tell you how useful it is and how structured and well organized it is to give you a good idea and really the model to passing the interview. So definitely check it out.
Oh, wonderful! Okay. I will. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Missy.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Frustrated if we don't get to your questions in time, or if you don't get live with us. We're really doing our best to get to everybody. We're going to increase the frequency of these events. Marwa, welcome back.
Hello, how are you guys? Welcome back. Thank you. It was disconnected, I don't know why, but you were telling me why not to get back to Etihad, because now my husband, we live at Dubai. So I feel it's easier for me to apply to Emirates, and instead of doing a journey from Dubai to Abu Dhabi to get work and the journey back. And now at Abu Dhabi, they have the for regard the accommodation and a lot of things that I have to be staying at Abu Dhabi. That's the reason. Yeah. So about the question that they keep asking me why not to get back to Etihad, I don't want to say because my husband is here at Dubai and that's why I want to join Emirates. It will be like a silly answer. I want to be smart and say smart answer that I have always been dreaming of working for Emirates, and at the same time I have to talk good at Etihad because it was my company. I have learned a lot from it and I love it. But because of the circumstances, that's why I wanted to be at Dubai. So what do you think is the ideal answer for the questions?
I mean, to be honest, what I would say is nobody wants to go back, right? We're all moving forward. Nobody takes steps back. We continue to move forward. Yes. And if you would go back, however wonderful Etihad might have been, and however good experience and amazing lessons you've learned from them, it's time to move on. And you don't want to go back. You would feel like you are going back into something. It's not exciting, and you feel you can take that experience and contribute to Emirates, which has much more tradition. They have obviously huge experience. They've been on the market before Emirates, and you feel you can really, really contribute everything that you've learned in Etihad to Emirates. And it's really important that they understand how flexible you are, because one reason of concern with cabin crew that are so experienced in another airline is that it would be difficult to educate them in the new culture of the company. Because if I'm going to ask you now your safety drills, you're going to give me Etihad. And if you're going to go through the training of Emirates, even after you finish that training, and I'll ask you what...
Unfortunately, I have received no invite whatsoever, so can you offer me any advice on that?
You received no invitation. You've applied for multiple airlines. I'm just going to try to repeat your question because it's breaking up a little bit. So just to make sure that we got your question right, you've applied for multiple airlines and you never got an invite so far.
Yes. And in our country, there's only, and in our country, we only do one recruitment drive per year. That is Emirates and Qatar.
Okay. Etihad hasn't started coming to Kenya yet. Okay. They'll probably start as well. Etihad is much newer than Emirates, so they're getting there. Why have you not received an invitation? We're not sure. It depends on many factors. Maybe your application wasn't perfect. Maybe, I'm not sure. What's your age, Clay, if I may ask?
I'm 24.
Okay, because you look very young. So I thought maybe you were underage. When did you start applying?
I started applying 2.5 years ago.
Okay, so you were just 21. Now you see 20.5 years ago. Can I ask, Clay, why did you look at trying to understand how to prepare better for your interview? Because spending 2.5 years ago going through the interviews, it's very disappointing.
How many interviews did you go? I mean, how many? No, she didn't go to any interviews.
No,
How many times did you apply?
I've applied to Emirates 5 times. I've applied to Qatar 3 times now.
So 8 times altogether in 2 airlines. It's hard to say why you didn't get an invitation, but if we knew you through these 2 years, we would have told you to go to the interview anyway, even if you don't have an invitation. Always take your chance. It's your duty, if you want, to take your chance. A lot of candidates, those that apply and get an invitation, might get upset with my comment. As it happened during the most recent Emirates Airlines interview in Romania, which turned from invitation only to open day. So everybody gets a chance because the recruiter saw so many candidates and they really wanted to give everybody a fair chance. So based on that, we always tell cabin crew, take the trip to the hotel. What is it costing you? 2 hours of your time, dress up, make up, prepare for the interview in advance, which is what we're here for, and show up and give it your best, because you never know when your day is, and maybe even if it's an invitation only, the recruiters are deciding now to flip the event and to make it an open day, and then you get a chance. Online, unfortunately, many times there are not people reviewing the applications because there are so many. The systems are now much more automatical, so they have filters that screen the applications. So many times, a lot of the candidates that are very good candidates, they fall through the cracks of those filters and they don't get an invitation. So always go for an interview day. The worst thing that's going to happen is recruiters will tell you, if you don't have an invitation, you can't attend. Sorry. Okay, you wasted 1 hour of your time, maybe 2 hours, that's fine. But the option to that is you might get the opportunity to attend the interview. And if you're prepared for it and you know exactly how to deal with it, you are going to pass it. So these are your options. Now, again, you can look at, as a member, you've registered to the website, go into your account if you haven't done it already, and look at the CV, resume, and photo resource and see what your pictures and your CV should look like. And restructure your CV. Again, another thing would be, if you apply with the same CV through 1, 2 years, 2.5 years, that could be a question mark for the recruiters, because if nothing is changing in your CV, then you're not improving in any way as a candidate. You see? So always look for ways to improve, prepare for the interview, and take your chances whenever you have the opportunity. I believe you're going to have interviews in Kenya coming up soon on the 26th, right? You were saying.
Unfortunately, from what I've seen from the website, mainly, from what I've seen from Emirates, that is, they normally offer what you call them, events, but they don't normally list the location, the location whatsoever. And they normally say the event will be they'll list the events later on the day, but they don't offer any information whatsoever. So you kind of like wonder, okay, fine. Even though I don't get it, even though I don't get an invite, yeah, then it's okay. So what do I do? Cause there's one which was in was it May, and I really wanted to go for the invite as much as I didn't get any invite. But the thing is, they didn't disclose any location, and that's what I've really seen as much of a challenge to me. That is.
Okay, now Emirates is displaying the location on their website very close to the interview date. So even the candidates that get an invitation, they don't get to know the exact location until a few days before the interview day, most often. So keep checking the recruitment calendar to get the update on the location. For Qatar Airways, it's true that they usually inform the selected ones or the ones that they got an invitation through an email. Now that's where network comes into place, and it's good to understand that whenever they do their interviews in one location, if they're happy with it, they're going to repeat it. And they're always looking at 5-star hotels. So the options are not that many. It's not like there are 200 hotels and I don't know which ones are they going to go to. It's always the big ones. It's either a Sheraton or, you know, I don't know, in Romania they came to the Hilton, Emirates came to the Hilton, and Qatar Airways went to the Radisson. So it's always the big hotels, and they generally tend to come to the same hotels they've come before. So look for the pattern, especially if you know that they've come before. Try to know who's attending, who's going to the next interview, and if you know people that have applied and got an invitation, then you can find out the location. It's not easy; it's a little bit of a challenge, but you know, you gotta stay at the top of the game, and you gotta keep informed all the time, and that's how you're gonna find out. But on Emirates, they will put it on the website a few days before the interview.
Okay, thank you so much. So I wanted to ask, because I want to register for the platinum package. So can I do that? Then I send you my photos. So I had I'll send you one because I have one which I retouched. Yeah, it was retouched. I sent it to London. I sent my raw pictures to London and they give them. So can I send them to you and then you'll look at it?
We can have a look at it. The CV and resume and the photo service is not included in the platinum package. So if you would like us to write you a WordPerfect CV and edit your photos, then you can go for the service and definitely send it to us as soon as you book it. Otherwise, we do our best to look at the photos and the CV of our students. We can't promise we're going to do it because we're over solicited. We're always getting a lot of requests, but we'll do our best. So if you want to send it through, we'll do our best to have a look at it and give you a little bit of a feedback on it.
Okay, sorry. My last question is, I have a nose piercing. Do you think that's going to give me an issue while recruiting? Because I was planning on removing it when I'm going for the recruitment, but in the long-term plan, do you think it's gonna give me any issues?
I'm sorry, say that again. You have a loose casing.
Sorry, I'm saying I have a nose piercing, and I wanted to know, will there be challenges? Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand. Nose piercing. Well, you can definitely not wear your what do you call it? Your ring during the interview. Absolutely not. And I would really try to discreetly cover it with makeup. So don't declare it and don't say anything unless they really notice it and ask about it. But otherwise, just be very discreet about it. Cover it with a little bit of foundation so it's not noticeable at all. And it shouldn't be a problem.
Okay. Okay, man. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. Take care, Clay.
Bye-bye.
3 hours.
With our hangout. And
we're going to wrap it up, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. So many of you came and we're really grateful. We hope as many of you as possible got answers to their questions. If not, again, we're going to increase the frequency of this because we understood how much time it really needs and that you all have very personal questions that you need answers to and clarifying your doubts. Whoever is not a student with you, do take the time to visit the resources. Sam is going to put another link to the Platinum package for you. Please go through it so you can see how comprehensive it is and how it really does give you the model to passing your cabin crew interview. We're sitting here with you and we're not just giving you empty words. We do have the understanding of how the process works and our students can vouch for that. And we're very grateful for everybody that entrusted us with you know, contributing to helping them to pass their interview. We're dedicated to your efforts. And again, our students know that whenever they text or email or ask for our assistance, we're here. That's what the cabin crew profession is all about. And this is what's going to help you understand exactly how to not only pass your cabin crew interview, but to be an amazing professional at what you're doing and to continue to grow in the profession. So thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. See you next time.
Take care for now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Sam?